All right, hello you guys. Back with another video. Um so yeah, sometimes I just feel like I have things on my mind like topics for videos and I want to talk about it in that moment. I feel like I can't wait because it's on my mind. So, I just pull up this screen recorder thing, hit record, talk about it, and then I'll upload it. Um so yeah. But yeah, today, or more specifically for this video, I want to talk about just forgiveness as it relates to someone with BPD, and the fact that I feel like a lot of those who have BPD just struggle with the idea of forgiveness. So I'm going to talk about that, and yeah, I'll just go ahead and get started. But so in the beginning of a relationship, right? I talked about the stages of BPD in another video, but you have that love bombing stage. Things are going good. There might be, a little thing here or there, but it's nothing crazy. And this person can forgive you. They're like, I'm sorry. You're like, I'm sorry. And things are great. You guys get along, everything's going well. But, of course, as the relationship progresses, as that honeymoon phase and love bombing stage, um, dies down, and this person starts actually seeing you, and like they see you as a human now, not perfect. That's when things start to get difficult, because at this point, maybe you're a little bit more open about things. Maybe you're talking more specifically about, like, uh, I don't know, beliefs in this or that, or just opinions on certain matters, or things that you struggled with in the past. Overall, you're just more open, right? And that's not exactly a good thing. I mean, it is a good thing. You should be honest with whomever you're dating, right? But because this person doesn't see you as perfect anymore, because they have a different opinion, because they don't necessarily believe what you believe, oh, now things start to get bad. Or because you communicated a weakness, or something that you've struggled with in the past, oh, shoot, now you're screwed, right? So, like, for me, I communicated something. And, this person was like, I want you to communicate with me. So I'm like, okay, I feel comfortable communicating with this person because I trust them, so I thought. And so I communicated something, and that was ultimately used against me. And every time we got into a little tiff or a little argument, as the relationship progressed, it was always brought back to, well, remember when you did this? I won't ever forget that, or I won't forgive you for that, whatever. And you're just like, what? Or just like little things that you supposedly do that aren't even that big of a deal. It's like they can't forgive you for it. Or they say, oh, I'm sorry, but then it happens, like, again, and again and again and again. And like they criticize you for, like, all these things. And again, some of these things aren't even big things. They're not worth criticizing. It's the smallest thing, it's the smallest difference of opinion. It's the way maybe that you dress, the way that you chewed on a piece of gum. Like, it's literally those things that just, like, pisses them off. um but anyway, it's like they have no concept of forgiveness. Like, that is like a foreign thing to them, and it literally doesn't even make any sense. And sorry, I just wanted to look up, like, the definition of forgiveness. So give me one second. Okay. The action of being forgiving. Okay. Well, let's dive deeper. Okay. So define forgive. So it says, um, stop feeling angry or resentful towards someone for an offense, flaw, or a mistake. We all make mistakes, right? Once again, we are all human. That's what happens. Obviously, there are bigger mistakes and smaller mistakes. And I'm not saying, like, you should forgive someone if, like, they, like, murder your family. I mean, you kind of should, like down the road, because forgiveness, if you don't forgive someone, that's like a poison to you. But I mean, in the moment, if someone murdered someone, like, it would be hard to forgive someone for that. But I mean, you should. That's like the godly thing to do, right? But that is a bigger mistake than like, some little thing that you did to piss this person off. And it was a minor thing. But anyway, it's like they can't stop feeling angry or resentful towards you for that mistake that you made. Like it's always in their mind, for whatever reason. Because, like, I don't know, it doesn't make sense. Like they're over here and they cannot forgive you for this, that, or the other thing. But if you flip things around and they did something, let's say they told you to F off, they called you a B word, the A word, literally like every single word in the book, um, which is what happened to me. I was able to forgive this person. They would come back and they'd be like, during like the push pull, especially, like, oh, I'm sorry, I love you. And it's like, it's okay. I was willing to forgive because that's just me. That's what I do. Like, if you say sorry, I'm going to be like, it's fine. Looking back, I don't know if it was genuine sorrow. I don't know what it was. Um, but I was willing and I was able. So these people can say all this stuff. They can tell you to F off. They can call you the worst things. They can tell you to go kill yourself. I was told go effing kill yourself. Um, and I don't care about you. Um, I don't care about what happens in your life. All that stuff. I was in the hospital for pneumonia. And during this time, I told my ex, and they didn't even care. Like, and I was like, do you want me to die? Like, just the way you're talking, like, it doesn't make any sense. And they responded, yeah, I wouldn't care if you died, or like something like that. It's like that's brutal, like I was already like suffering physically, so to hear that, like, that was hard, but like, again, they can say the worst things to you, things that you would never say to your worst enemy, and you forgive them. You forgive them for literally all of that. The crazy thing for me is my ex reached out to me at this very moment or down the road, whatever, and they said, I'm sorry, I'd forgive them, you know? And guys, I'm not saying that that's like you should take them back or anything, but like, I mean, forgive them because, like, yes, they're obviously struggling with something. I'm not saying that gives them a right to treat you like crap. You can forgive them, but because you know what everything entails now, because you've been through it, like, don't go back to them, you know? Um, I think those two things can be like separated, right? But like, it's just wild because I was really hurt by all those comments, but I'm going to forgive. Ultimately, I was betrayed. I was left for someone else. I was literally cheated on. My ex claimed, no, no, it wasn't cheating because I broke up with you. And then later down the road, we got together. But it's like you were talking to this person while we were still a thing. So, like, emotional cheating, like, you already knew what you wanted, you know what I mean? And like over here telling me lies and gaslighting me and all this stuff, manipulating me. Again, that emotional manipulation, that I was talking about the other day, the abuse nobody talks about. um they manipulate you to, like, I don't know, it's like they're testing you to see if you're like loyal, but like, there's like gaps in the story, there's like holes in the story, but like you're not sure because there's some truth to it, but there's also lies, but you still forgive them for that. Like, you know for me, when I was like manipulated in that way and I was told these stories that didn't make sense, like the hospital stories, like, I'm in the hospital because, like, I took pills because we got in an argument or whatever, or you weren't giving me attention. Like, it just didn't add up. You're over here, you got into the hospital like a couple hours earlier, they released you the same day, but like you believe it for whatever reason. And I know I'm not, I'm kind of going off on a tangent, but um you forgive them for those things, for the lies, for literally everything. And like, they can't forgive you for one minor thing. Or like, yes, maybe you made a big mistake. They can't forgive this big mistake, but you can forgive them for the laundry list of mistakes that they have made against you and all the horrible things that they have said to you. It's just the most hypocritical thing, and you take your time, you apologize for all this stuff, and you, even because they blame shift and they have this laundry list, they essentially blame you for all those things, and you take the blame, and they still can't forgive you, even though you're the one going out of your way and you're like, I'm sorry I made you feel this way, I'm sorry I did this, that, whatever. And they still cannot forgive you, even in the end. Even when I was discarded, when I was left for somebody else, when I was still trying to be a friend to this person, it didn't matter. They couldn't forgive me. And I tried to get this person to open up about BPD. Like, tell me about it. Like, I want to learn about it. I want to learn about you. I want to help you. And I was told, I don't need your help. I don't want your help. And I was blamed for attacking this person. And even then, I said, I'm sorry. And I kept trying to reach out. I broke no contact. I don't know how many times. And like, I would like take the blame for everything. I would say sorry, and still no forgiveness. Like, you could go out of your way. You could buy them a freaking sports car. You could take a bullet for them, and they still wouldn't forgive you. And I don't understand. Like, I don't understand what's in their brain that they can't forgive you for those things. Because, again, kind of what I mentioned earlier, if you can't forgive someone, like, that hurts you more than it hurts the other person. And then, like, this person kind of wonders why they're hurt, and they blame you for their hurt, but they can't forgive you. It's like, well, maybe if you didn't have so much resentment and so much anger towards me, and you were able to forgive, maybe you wouldn't feel this way, But it's like they have all these negative emotions bottled up inside of them. And I don't know. Like, I just don't know. I wish I knew. And I just don't understand why it's so hard for someone to not forgive, or to forgive, I should say. I hope that made sense. Why it's so hard for someone to forgive. But yeah, I don't know, you guys. That's just what I've observed, because again, I'm basing this off of like what I experienced, which for me, it was constant forgiveness on my end and hardly any from this other person. And it's like, okay, I mean, I can't force you to forgive. I want you to forgive, but you're not making an effort. But again, it's everything else that I've seen. It's all the experiences I've read about, all the things I've seen on YouTube, whatever. And it's like, I don't know, there's one person really trying to make it work, and one person that like either doesn't care or isn't capable, or maybe both. But again, share your experiences. Tell me what you've witnessed. Tell me what you've seen. Because yeah, I'm dying to know, to be honest. And again, got to get the word out. Got to make sure people are aware. But yeah, that being said, be forgiving. Don't be this type of person, even though, you've gone through a lot of stuff. Learn to forgive. Like, that's a trait that a lot of people don't have, and that's a trait a lot of people need. Because again, if you don't forgive someone, it just hurts you, you know? And I'm not saying, yeah, forgive them and take them back. I'm not saying that at all. Forgive, move on, and just, you know, keep doing you. You know, you can forgive, but you don't have to tolerate that crap. So yeah, thank you guys again for watching. I appreciate all of you that are watching and commenting. And again, I apologize that my videos aren't, you know, the most amazing edited videos, whatever. It's just, I'm just trying to talk about this stuff. That's all I care about doing. But yeah, so thank you guys once again, and I'll see you soon.